Hello, fellow anime enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're here to discuss one of the most heartwarming series, A Girl and Her Guard Dog, and the burning questions, when is episode 3 coming, and what could be the possible plotline? But hey, before we jump into the speculations, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to stay updated with all things anime. Episode 1 of A Girl and Her Guard Dog begins with Isaka's introduction to her new home and caretaker, Yuto Kiya. She is introduced to her grandfather, the boss of the Yakuza, but she sobs due to the loss of her mother and father. Kiya promises to be both of them to her. Despite not being related by blood, Isaka recalls that those were the words that made her fall in love with Kiya. Returning to the present time, Isaka gets into Otao High School. While reporting back home, Kiya is overjoyed and lifts her up to celebrate, treating her like his own child. Her grandfather takes objection, as Otao is too far, but she claims that's the reason she chose it. She explains that she wishes to have a normal high school life unaffected by her family status, and she also wants to find love because having a one-sided crush on a Yakuza member is not fruitful. Isaka arrives for her first day of college and observes the students. As she fumbles around, deciding to talk to someone, she trips and is saved by a boy. She turns around, only to realize it's Kiya. She scolds him for being a grown adult cosplaying in a high school. Isaka tells him to only see her at the train station, but he insists on studying at the high school with her and offers her an overly elaborate reason why boys are not safe for her. Isaka learns that he bribed the school authorities and also got permission from her grandfather. She threatens him to stay away from her before heading back in. A flashback rolls in wherein Isaka recalls her childhood days when kids avoided her because she was from the Yakuza family. She enters the classroom and takes a seat after noticing that everyone has already formed groups. Kiya approaches her once again and begins talking to her. Two boys approach them, asking Isaka if they are together and calling her cute. Before Isaka can respond, Kiya begins to intimidate them and sends signals telling them to back off. He goes so far as to threaten them, but is interrupted by Isaka. The two end up creating a scene, and their classmates begin calling them weirdos, which worries Isaka as she doesn't want her first impression to be ruined. Just then, the teacher walks into the class, asking who would like to be the class representative. Isaka contemplates whether it's a good idea or not, but Kiya sees her overthinking and voluntarily gives their names. They also receive their first assignment, which is to assign roles for the upcoming sports day. Kiya and Isaka receive a laid-back attitude from the students. While Isaka stares in confusion, Kiya quickly gathers everyone's attention and calls the students by name to make them feel better. He proposes that it'll be a good idea to participate, as the students will get to make friends. He also expresses that he would like to be friends with Sadanaka. The students are taken aback as he claims to have memorized everyone's name. Kiya quickly begins delegating work by taking the names of every single student. The students take a liking to Kiya. Later that evening, Kiya walks into Isaka's room to find her curled up in bed. Upon inquiry, he finds out that she feels hurt about her communication skills. She expresses her envy of his way with words and also tells him that she doesn't like being called a weirdo and blames it on him. He assures her that things will get better. He then hugs her in bed, calling her cute, but she resists. The following day, Isaka approaches two of the Yakuza members, requesting that they play volleyball with her for practice. She expresses that she wants to win. One of the members throws the ball, but Isaka misses it, and it instead falls on her shoulder. This upsets Kiya, and he beats him up. Despite this, Isaka refuses to train with Kiya, claiming he will go too soft on her. The next day after volleyball practice, all her teammates praise her skills and promise to practice together during lunch breaks. This motivates Isaka to train harder and get better at the sport, and she thinks that it will win her some of Kiya's respect as well. Isaka walks in on Kiya smoking a cigarette inside the school and scolds him. He mentions that he has bribed his way in any way, and he's a 26-year-old Yakuza dude. She notices he isn't in a good mood, but he deflects the question and tells her to focus on the game instead. Once the match continues, Isaka realizes that her finger is hurting and that she won't be able to use her hands anymore. Just then, she sees the ball heading towards her and uses her foot to return it and score a point, all with the intention of not disappointing Kiya. Post-match, Kiya doesn't let her celebrate. Instead, he carries her and takes her straight to the infirmary and applies a bandage. She asks him his opinions on the game but receives a pale response. He explains that she's been very energetic lately and fears she won't need him around anymore. He also claims that the very thought of it makes him feel lonely. She reassures him that she cannot break away from him despite wanting to and that he is the center of her world now. At the beginning of the episode, we get a glimpse into Isaka's personal life. Following this, the backstory of her connection with Kiya and the reason she lives with her grandfather are revealed. She also starts school for the first time, being the overprotective parent/love interest figure in her life. Kiya follows her everywhere and even goes to class with her, despite being 26 years old. This episode sets the stage for the rest of the anime by introducing the primary characters and establishing the basic plot points that will be explored in this problematic romantic comedy. The dynamic between Isaku and Kiya is unsettling to watch. He originally suggested that he take on the role of a parental figure, but in the current timeline, he appears to be more of a romantic interest, which is, to put it bluntly, extremely bizarre. In addition to this, the fact that he has no boundaries with a girl who is 15 years old makes it an uncomfortable watch. A Girl and Her Guard Dog Episode 3 will be released on October 12, 2023. As we eagerly await A Girl and Her Guard Dog Episode 3, the excitement in the anime community is palpable. What are your predictions? How do you think our young heroine and her guard dog will overcome the challenges they face? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. That's all for today's update on A Girl and Her Guard Dog Episode 3. Stay tuned to our channel for more anime news, reviews, and exclusive content. Until next time, anime fans, keep the spirit of adventure alive. See you in the next video.